Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Paco here. Today we're going to be watching a video about the whole Asmon situation and why he got banned from Twitch. This video is made by Nux, going over everything. I've been a long time Nux viewer. He's a great content creator. I really enjoy his work. You guys can remember to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. And let's get into the video.
Now, Muslims aren't the only ones coping and praying that America gets defeated. Leftists and the entire media is working together, praying and coping that America gets defeated. So first, here we have, Twitch, open advocate of terrorism, Twitch, directly banning Asmongold, the largest...
Yeah. Twitch is, definitely pushing some left-wing propaganda by allowing people like Hassan Piker to keep on with their rhetoric about how like America sucks and to basically talk the talk that they're doing. And then from my understanding, just from a little bit that I've seen about this, Asmongold made a comment about how he doesn't respect or something along the lines about people who like herd goats and stuff like that. I'm sure we're gonna hear what the actual original quote was, but it wasn't really anything like derogatory or messed up.
I think he's like the second or third largest streamer on the platform. He's definitely the largest right-leaning streamer on the platform. Banned for an entire week because I said I don't give an F about the opinions of illiterate third worlders.
There you go.
Objectively true. Why should you? Why should you care about what they have to say?
It's true. I agree with Asmon on this one. Why should we care about the opinions of illiterate third worlders? I can't say that. But yeah, no, he's absolutely right. Why should we care about the opinions of even first world people? Our country is our country. We're going to do what we're going to do. It's not always going to be the best. It's not always going to be the greatest. But we're still going to stand behind it. 100% I stand behind America. And I do agree. I don't give a fuck about their opinions either.
Would someone get banned for saying they don't care about an American's opinion on the Middle East? Of course not. Blatant double standard. I didn't break terms of service, and he got banned for a week anyway. As you can see, people are very upset about this. This post got 4 million views, 130,000 likes, and it's honestly insane. And this is just another example of the media ecosystem clamping down on voices while they still can. They don't have Twitter anymore to ban the President of the United States, which in my opinion is still one of the biggest atrocities we've ever witnessed. But there still are social media, that are directly owned by morons that are trying to cripple our country. And the left has just basically become an entire psyop, basically trying to get us to hate our country, allying up with Iranian terrorists. And here we have Asmongold, a pro-America streamer that actually does believe in the idea that the Islamic regime in Iran are terrorist, rapist, pedophile.
I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised that Nux hasn't been banned yet. I don't think he streams on Twitch, though. I think he streams on Kick. But, I've noticed some of the takes of Nux are not giving a fuck, like with Asmon, and kind of how like I am too, even though I know I'm new to this whole reaction thing. My opinions are my opinions, and that's why I don't stream my reaction content on Twitch yet, because I'm trying to get it to grow here on YouTube first.
And it's really good for the planet if they all get obliterated. So, because this is an incredibly stressful time, and today and tomorrow are probably going to be the most pivotal days of this entire war ever since when the war actually started, and I don't think it's a coincidence that Twitch decided to ban him now. They are trying to shut down every single course of positive perspective to be put on Trump at this time, and they decided to shut down Asmongold for it. I'm not here to cry or anything, but currently both of my YouTube channels are completely demonetized. Hopefully, I will be getting monetization back, and it's not a permanent thing. I stand corrected. But for the last couple of days, I was dunking on terrorists just for the love of the game. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, that would be very appreciated. The link is in the description. You will get nothing in return, but it would be very, very nice of you. That said, this isn't the only example of this. You just don't hate the media enough, actually. This is Gavin Newsom's wife, all right, talking about how she actually is very excited that Gavin Newsom is going to be running for president because she has an idea on how to...
No. So the governor who completely messed up California, who couldn't even handle the wildfire situation correctly, who is is allowing fraud to happen in California, along with what's that guy's name? Tim Walz in Missouri. He's going to be running for president. This lady is talking who could potentially be our first lady. At this point, if Trump runs for the third term like he was talking about last year, like I'd vote for him. I'd vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump in his first term, but I did vote for him this time around. I'd vote for him for a third term. Break the amendment in the Constitution. Let's go.
Save America.
Boys, we all know, I think, or increasingly are realizing that boys are moving away from sort of the more progressive boys that spend time online are moving a little bit I'm trying not to be political here, but are moving.
I'm trying not to be.
Come on. Any day now. Get your thoughts out. It's not that hard. Form a sentence. Boys who are online are moving away from the progressive. It's not that hard, lady. You're not trying to be political. You are the wife of a governor. A state governor at that. You are going to be the wife of a presidential candidate. Anything you say is political. But I know Nux was starting to make fun of her, so let's keep watching.
Boys are moving to the right. That's what she's saying. Boys are moving to the right because we're actually waking up to reality. We're actually seeing what's going on in our world. We're actually seeing what largely, liberal white women are doing to our countries, importing rapists and terrorists and not taking accountability for anything, trying to overthrow our democracy, push this, like, transgender, anti-reality, apocalyptic bull.
Oh my god, I can't stand transgenderism. Like, some of them I'm okay with. The ones who are understanding that, like, you know, if they look like a guy yet, they're in the middle of transitioning and you call them a man or a dude, and they're just like, yeah, okay. But some of these that take it way too far, that the moment that you say man, and they start yelling at you and cursing at you and telling you, you need to address me by my pronouns. Here's my honest opinion. I don't give a fuck what your pronouns are. If you look like a man, I'm going to address you as a man. You look like a woman, I'm going to address you as a woman. I don't care what controversy that starts on my channel. Fuck your transgenderism. Deal with it.
Bullshit, abort generations, not get married. We're watching liberal women terminate our civilization, and we're actually tired of it. All right, and yes, boys are moving away from that. Correct.
Facts.
Moving to the right.
And she's trying so hard not to say it.
And being sort of influenced by
reality,
by the Andrew Tates and some of that.
The Andrew Tates. Like, are we even being serious here for a second? Andrew Tate's not influencing anybody right now.
Sort of alt-right socialization online that we know is very...
Alt-right socialization? Like what? Like, for example, you think that you should get married.
Very, very dangerous.
Shut up, Nux.
It's so dangerous to not want Muslims to rape your children. I think it's dangerous.
Stop that voice, bro.
My husband and I were alarmed.
Gavin Newsom, guy running for president, don't forget.
When our kids were watching sports.
The guy who destroyed California with the wildfires, don't forget that either.
Online, and my son knew about Andrew Tate.
Oh my god, I can't believe my son knew about a very famous person. Oh my god.
And thought he was pretty cool, and thought that his Republican grandfather, who's not a Trumper, but a fiscal conservative, thought that my father would like Andrew Tate. So that's scary.
This is a kid, dude. And by the way, Gavin Newsom's kid was a big fan of Charlie Kirk, for those of paying attention. All right?
Okay, Charlie Kirk, yeah, that's one thing. Andrew Tate, I don't know, man. I get why some of the younger generation of men follow Andrew Tate. I understand his message. I'm not a fan of how he presents his message. I won't get behind Andrew Tate. I can't do that. I can't support the dude. But I do understand it, and I do realize why some of the younger generation of men are following him.
We are winning the actual culture war where discussions can be had. The leftist ideology is just shut you down wherever you are. Ban Asmongold on Twitch instead of contending with his ideas. You know, it's and that is how the left operated for a very long time, in this pristine bubble where they just banned any form of alternative conversation.
That's still how they're trying to
One of the
operate.
most progressive households, and our son
We're so woke, it's amazing. That's why I cheated on my husband, and my husband cheated on me.
is confused and asking all these questions. We're working on legislation to
Oh shit.
hold tech companies accountable
Legislation to hold tech companies accountable. In other words, to censor people.
and help them be a force for good in our kids and families.
We want them to be a force for good. Now, good is arbitrary because it's what I think is good. See, I think that actually gay orgies are good. I think gay orgies are fantastic. I think castrating children is good. To quote my husband, I love to see trans children. I think that's good. And if you don't agree with that, then you're bad, and we should ban you from conversations online.
Families' lives, to really provide all the best in class resources and support for youth so that they don't go down this rabbit hole of very, very dangerous
Information. Factual reality. That's what they're scared of. They're scared that children, mostly boys, because boys are the adventurous sort. Boys don't actually give a shit if you call them names. Boys are going to be like, oh, you call me racist? Cool. And then they drop the N-word, you know? Like, that's boys. All right? So the reality is they're afraid that boys are actually going to engage with information that's true instead of the...
That's not just boys, that's men. that's the entire male life. Yeah, you're going to call a dude something, they're just going to look at you and say, cool. And then you call them racist, yeah. Even at 40 years old, they're going to look at you and say cool and drop the N-word. That's just how it is.
spoon-fed slop, groomer-minded bullshit that they're pushing it down their throats.
and limiting narratives around
We're trying to eliminate narratives that are true, but they're hurtful.
ultimately what it means to be a girl and what it means to be
That's right. That's right. People think that men and women are different online. That's crazy. Obviously, men and women are just social constructs, and anyone can be any gender they want.
a boy. We owe it to them and ourselves to kind of heal this
Heal this by censoring everyone on social media.
this gift of modern technology.
No, Nux, it's not censoring everybody on social media. What she means by heal this is literally shutting down any type of conversation that boys biologically are one way and girls biologically are another way. That there's absolutely no difference between male and females. They want to push the whole transgenderism. Men can participate in female sports, and women can... Actually, I don't even know of any transgender woman that became a male that can do anything a male can. It's still, biologically speaking, they're still weaker.
But curb it to be a force for good. I mean, look, the Gov and I, we have 3 more years. We're trying to institutionalize our values so that they
We're
can
trying to make up a value system that'll win an election.
carry on
They don't actually believe in anything.
beyond our term.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really glad that she just said this out loud. So a lesson to be learned: never marry a feminist, or she will destroy your career. Right?
Facts.
This bitch is inserting herself into Gavin Newsom's political run in order to insert herself and make herself important. And in my opinion, this is like an absolute, utter catastrophe. Right? Like, you can't run for president on the mandate of we're just going to ban conversations online that we don't like. And you don't hate
Facts.
the media enough. The media has been constantly calling Trump a war criminal, and it's really nice to see other media actually hold some of the other media accountable.
Before we get into this video, I don't understand how Trump is a war criminal. I mean, by every right as being the president of the United States, the commander-in-chief, he has the right to use the military to a certain extent to stop any type of aggression towards America, to stop any type of terrorism around the world. I believe that was passed in 2001 under the Bush administration, that the president has the right to use a certain percentage of the military to stop any actual or perceived threats against the United States. And it was used in classification of terrorism as well. Whereas terrorism can have a current or future impact on the United States in many different ways. For example, Iran having a nuclear bomb is a current threat to America. Them shutting down the Strait of Hormuz is a current threat to America. Trump has every right to use a certain percentage of the military as the commander-in-chief to stop these acts and to stop terrorism.
We're back. The seditious 6 is now 7. They've got a new member, Senator Jeff Merkley. He didn't like Trump's Easter message to Iran, so he's telling our men in uniform to go AWOL. Quote, to our military leaders, remember this. You are legally required to refuse orders to commit war crimes.
And thank you, Senator. Again, it's unbelievable watching senators of the United States directly telling our military to not follow orders.
So what's a war?
And then a leftist will be like, well, it's illegal orders. I'm only talking about war crimes specifically. Well, what's a war crime? It's everything I don't like is a war crime.
War crime? Alyssa Slotkin, one of the original 6, says it's as simple as turning off the enemy's lights. The Times agrees.
Wow.
Are you concerned that your threat to bomb power plants and bridges amount to war crimes?
No, I'm not.
For the record, anyone that actually ever read anything in their life knows that you're being tricked and psyoped, because it's not a war crime to target military infrastructure. All right, if bridges are used by the military, bombing the bridge is not a war crime.
Exactly.
If electricity grids are used by militaries, then bombing the electricity grid is not a war crime, even
Exactly.
if it does affect civilians. Right? This is just the reality of the actual legal system. But I have an even better statement. All right, I actually don't fucking care if they are war crimes.
I agree with Nux. As long as we are not directly bombing hospitals, schools, civilian housing, I don't care either if it's a war crime. And Nux is right. If anything being used by the military is considered a legitimate military target, there will always be casualties of war, no matter what you do, no matter how much you plan, no matter how much intelligence you gather, there will always be casualties of war. But if a bridge is being used by military to transport logistics or soldiers, it is a legitimate military target. But again, Nux, I agree with you. I don't care either. Bomb the fucking bridge.
I don't care about arbitrary rules made by retards to enslave us to their bullshit, while you have Iranian terrorists doing war crimes every day with zero condemnation. I actually don't care.
I hope I don't have to do it. Mentally, these are disturbed people. If you think I'm going to allow them, and powerful and rich, to have a nuclear weapon, you can tell your friends at the New York Times, not going to happen.
If knocking out power is a war crime, Bill Clinton should be in The Hague. Slick Willie obliterated Serbia's power grid back in '99.
No one cares.
The Bushes did it in Iraq.
True. No one cares.
Lyndon Johnson hit a few power plants in North Vietnam.
True. No one
It was
cared.
called Operation Rolling Thunder.
No one cared about that. That's
These
weird.
targets are selected as humanely as possible,
True.
considering dual-use systems and the law of proportionality.
Look, the way I see it, we could nuke Iran, and we're not. And that makes us very nice people. And all these people need to fucking, jump off, take a long walk off of a very short cliff.
But the goal of war is to win.
True.
We aren't hitting their...
But that is exactly what the left doesn't want. They want us to lose the war. They want to shackle us down.
They don't just want us to lose the war, the left. They want to have something to go after Trump for. Because if at any point it could be considered that Trump lost this war in Iran, then they're going to try to impeach him again for war crimes. They charged a dude on 34 counts of the same crime while he was running for president. They're not above trying to impeach him. But yes, the goal of any war is to win, no matter what. Absolute, total victory over your adversary.
Down to our desks, and they are trying to do everything in their power to make us lose the war. They are rooting against America openly.
Water, hospitals, or hotels. That's what Iran is doing to our allies.
Yep.
Remember, these aren't civilian power plants. The Guard runs them and gets dibs on the power. So hitting that type of target hurts the military.
True.
And their ability to fight back.
True.
The ceasefire terms are simple. They have to open up the strait and knock off their nukes. But Democrats say Trump's winging it.
This is all embarrassing and juvenile, and it's
They just
people
lie.
trying to act like they're puffed up and
Hi, I'm a Democrat. I'm just going to go on the news and lie.
tough
We don't even know what
Facts.
the operation is about, says the Democrat to a couple of boomers that believe him.
when what we really
It's not even that they don't even know what the operation is about. It's they don't care what the operation is about because they were twisted to fit their own narrative. Just so they could go in there and they can talk shit about Trump. Like, yeah, I am a Trump supporter, but I'm not one of the diehard, Trump cannot do anything wrong. If Trump does something wrong, I definitely will call it out and make a video on it, or at least a reaction to Trump doing something wrong. But Democrats, they tried their hardest to make sure Trump did not win. And I mean, they wanted Kamala Harris to win. And I know Kamala Harris has a tweet out there about this whole war, and it just made her look even worse than before.
What we see from the administration in this war is the absence of a plan, the absence of
No plan, and yet we managed to obliterate their entire military, their entire Navy, their entire Air Force, their missile systems, and we have them absolutely at our complete mercy, to the point that we were able to put people into enemy territory to rescue a downed pilot with 0 casualties. Right? And these people are actually going to be like, there was no plan at all. Like, are we being serious?
We just went in there blind.
Rationale, no effort to get allies on board, and thus deep unpopularity of this war with the American public.
This should be a rally around the flag moment, and Democrats are just ragging on the president, just like they did when men's hockey won gold. America wins, the left can't even clap.
True.
If you can't root for America because Trump's running it, that's your problem.
Objectively correct.
The media thinks Hollywood's smarter than the CIA. Listen.
Playing on cable right now on a loop is Top Gun Maverick. There was more of a plan in the fictional plot of Top Gun Maverick.
Are we being serious, dude?
Before Nux goes on, my personal opinion is that I think the original Top Gun was so much better than Maverick. Like, don't get me wrong, Top Gun Maverick was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Original Top Gun, so much better.
Then there appears to be,
oh my God,
in this very real, very live situation.
I can't believe Trump isn't using Iron Man suits to destroy the enemy. I can't understand why our soldier wasn't trapped in a cave using scraps to build a weapon of mass destruction. This is literally the leftist talking points.
But in the United States war with Iran.
Wow.
The media knows the goal of the war. We can't have terrorists get nukes. And they can't have missiles and proxies threatening the world. That's it.
Facts.
But why would Trump give the press his war plans? You might as well just tell the gay Ayatollah. And while Democrats are talking about Top Gun, the media sounds like Iranian state TV.
So if Trump doesn't see that we're losing, every day he continues this thing, he's going to just face more and more political problems.
My guy! It's been 35 days. You see the left being like, oh, we're trapped in another forever war in the Middle East. Are you fucking insane? We were in Iraq for 8 years. Like, again, these people are like absolutely retarded.
It's military
like, they hate our country so much. They hate our country so much. It's unbelievable.
Problems and all sorts of problems. And so he just needs to admit that what's going on.
How are we losing this war? Venezuela took 45 minutes. We got the dictator out, and now Venezuela is one of our, rapidly becoming one of our closest allies in South America. We've been in Iran for 35 days. They have absolutely no way to fight back. They tried to tell Trump that there will be concessions on opening up the Strait of Hormuz, and Trump basically said no. We have all the power. We can literally put troops into their country, and they have nobody to fight back.
I doubt he has the mental ability to do that.
Okay, the Times said Biden was brilliant, so nobody takes these guys seriously.
Oh, facts.
Maybe the media is so used to fighting forever wars that they're not used to us winning.
Bro.
To them, fighting to win looks crazy.
Or they're just lying.
What is your response to critics who say that it is your mental health that should perhaps be examined as this war continues?
I haven't heard that. But if that's the case, you're going to have more people like me, because our country was being ripped off on trade, on everything, for many years until I came along. So if that's the case, you're going to have more people.
The same people who propped up bumbling Joe Biden now want a 25th Amendment, President Trump.
I still think it's hilarious that Joe Biden, when he was president, could not form a sentence, could not complete a speech in a timely manner. But then all of a sudden, when the Democrats took him out and put Kamala Harris running for president, without even giving the Democratic Party a chance to vote on who their next presidential candidate will be, they just threw her in. Biden was actually able to form a sentence and make a speech. It's hilarious.
Because he's making Democrats look bad.
The president is clearly unhinged, and he's doing what we've seen him do many times before, which is
here we got a couple of emotional women to tell us about how wars need to be fought. This is gonna be good. Oh my god, dude.
Speak.
He's unhinged and mentally ill. Oh my god.
Off the cuff and on a whim, and to degrade the basic rule of law. You know, when I take a look.
The basic rule of law. I hate winning wars. I prefer importing rapists.
Look at the cabinet. The 25th Amendment really turns on people of good faith who mean their oaths to our Constitution when they took them, who are willing to hold this president accountable. And so far,
we need to hold him accountable for winning wars. I'm so used to being in endless quagmires. I really hate this.
We don't see that kind of courage.
Decapitation strikes in the first 30 seconds. Search and recovery missions, 200 miles inside enemy territory. No casualties for over 3 weeks straight. Call him a madman all you want. It helps him negotiate. The Iranians see American politicians saying Trump's so crazy that he'll commit more crimes to win the war. The Mullahs are looking around like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's right.
I actually never even thought about that. That's probably why Trump's not even trying to shut it down. He's probably sitting there saying, okay, let him call me an idiot. Let him call me a madman. But you know what? At this point in time, whoever the Ayatollah is and whatever's going on with the regime, if they think I'm a madman, then great. It gives me more leveraging power.
Look, man, I love how, that's what he said to Kim Jong-un right away. He was like, listen, listen, Rocket Man, you have a red button, but my red button's bigger and it works. You know, it scares the shit out of these people because, obviously, if he's unhinged, that makes it so much worse. In fact, President Trump even called into Fox News to shit on the media.
I saw Greg say this the other night, and
this is going to be good.
I like all of your shows, actually. I'm glad Jessica's not there. Because I think, I think your show would be better without her, but, who am I to say that? Isn't that terrible? I think it would be a lot better. But, Kennedy, you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
But, we have
yeah, just calling into the news, telling them which reporters are absolute shit. Now, meanwhile, what the media isn't telling you about, gigantic scandals coming out about Eric Swalwell. So he was being investigated for fraud. He's also being investigated for allegedly feeding information to a Chinese spy. And currently, there are over a dozen female employees and interns preparing to come forward and accuse Eric Swalwell of inappropriate touching and sexual harassment. It's like every single time.
I have no clue who Eric Swalwell is.
He's a fucking rapist. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say this. But it's like bro's really trying his absolute best to be like the nice guy, the good dude, and then just end up in all these quagmires. Absolute silence in the media. Now, suspiciously enough, Eric Swalwell in 2018 said about Brett Kavanaugh that if he is innocent of sexual assault, he should bring into his hearing all the people that accuse them so they can speak freely. Well, fantastic news, Eric Swalwell. We should bring everyone into the media that accuses you of sexual assault too.
For Brett Kavanaugh's sake, if he is innocent, I hope tomorrow he opens his statement and says, you know what? Bring in all the victims, allow them to be heard, allow them to be questioned. That will clear his name if he's indeed innocent. And if
I agree, man. You're so real for this. I think Eric Swalwell should.
Yeah, if you're going to have somebody else do it, then we need to go ahead and do that one. He's brought before Congress for his trial of inappropriateness.
To do the same thing on his allegations. All right. Meanwhile, the media is in absolute silence about this. They don't even want to talk about it. Obviously, no one gives a shit. Also, because it's a leftist, and with leftists rape, that's kind of normal. Like, whatever. It's a leftist. Of course he rapes. He imports rapists. He does some rape himself, maybe allegedly. Not saying he did or anything. These are just allegations. But again, all the people that screamed the loudest about the Epstein files ended up all getting into like these quagmires, and it's kind of wild. Now, teenagers are sharing the photo of government textbooks that's all just straight up state leftist propaganda, right? Because again, you have to understand the way the media operates. It operates to control us.
Doing a wellness check on the teenagers in high school right now, because what is this? Someone sent their AP government textbook to Carol Markowitz, their cousin, to show them the political ideology grid that they are currently teaching in American high schools. Guys, Guys, I have so many questions.
Bro.
Apparently the only person in American politics who is economic right and more libertarian is Ron Paul, who is like barely libertarian. Hillary Clinton and George W. Bush.
Hillary Clinton is far right. Oh my god.
Are the same
Obama is right-wing authoritarian.
No.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Bernie Sanders is slightly left? Like, dude, what are we doing here?
Not, because they have the same exact political ideology.
No.
And they both are more authoritarian than Fidel Castro.
Oh my
Apparently,
God.
Obama is a right-wing authoritarian in 2008, and he becomes more right-wing
Wow.
economically and more authoritarian by 2000.
Donald Trump is a far-right authoritarian, unlike Hitler.
Oh my god.
Oh my
12,
God.
closely mirroring the political ideology of Maggie Thatcher. And of course, Ted Cruz, who is far more authoritarian, by the way, than Fidel Castro. And pretty much on the exact same line. It looks like he's more authoritarian than Joseph Stalin over there. Donald Trump is on par, of course, with Hitler. Bernie Sanders.
So they put Hitler, I can understand. They put Donald Trump and Ted Cruz higher than Stalin and Castro, who are two authoritarian communist dictators. And they're saying Donald Trump and Ted Cruz are way more authoritarian than both of them. Oh my god, bro. I can't. I can't. How are you putting Donald Trump and Ted Cruz as authoritarian? What has Donald Trump or Ted Cruz done that puts them so high up in authoritarian? What are you saying because Donald Trump gave the rights to abortion back to the states by overturning Roe v. Wade? That's not authoritarian. That's returning the power to the people instead of having it controlled by the federal government.
Sanders is
And what?
barely,
Ted Cruz for supporting them?
barely economic left. Nelson Mandela is a libertarian.
He was a terrorist.
What?
What are we doing?
I don't even know what to do with this.
Yeah, so anyway,
Yeah, Gandhi was a
that's what the
terrorist
media
too,
does.
apparently.
That's just how the media operates. It infiltrates and destroys us. Did he hear about how there are these riots going on in France right now?
Yeah, I had no idea about riots in France.
Did this even cross your feed?
No.
Did you even hear about this? Obviously not. Did you hear about this one? How about the Australia government arresting this is an Australian guy, our most decorated veteran from the Afghanistan war for alleged war crimes. Ben Robert Smith was awarded the Victoria Cross for Australia after single-handedly storming 2 Taliban machine gun positions by himself in order to save his own SAS team. Absolute legend. How do we repay him? Well, good news, guys. Good news, guys. The cucked libtard nation of Australia is jailing him for life for war crimes because they're saying now in retrospect he probably killed an innocent man. Now, understand what we're doing to our people and our heroes. Serve your country to fight jihadists, import jihadist sympathizer to your home countries, get put on trial by jihadists, goes to jail forever. Australia's fucked. And this is the entire media. This is the entire world that we need to deal with right now. Import infinite retards and let them rape you. It's crazy, right? So
go to war with a bunch of terrorists. After the war is over, give it a year or two. Start importing terrorists to the country. And then have said terrorists run the country. And then about, 4 years after the war is completely over and you've imported said terrorists are now arresting people who actually fought back. Or, not really fought back, but fought against them. Next, they're just going to start arresting people in all of the countries. They're just going to start arresting those of us who are speaking out against them. I just seen that. Is England's flag racist? Bro, England's flag has so much history behind it. There's so much that goes into England. Even before England became a unified country. It's insane how much our society has changed. This was back in 1969 with the Apollo mission to the moon. Nobody once thought that it was fake. Now you're talking about 2026 and we finally reestablished our space program. We've gone to the moon and probably at least half the population of America is thinking that it's fake, that it's AI, or it's made up in a studio.
You just don't hate the media enough. They hate you. They hate your civilization. They hate your advancements. They hate your culture. They hate your way of life. They try to groom you and they try to manipulate you. And honestly, Don't let them.
All right, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I do appreciate you all watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Also, let me know if you guys made it to the end here. Let me know if you guys would like me to start live streaming this stuff.